Hello, I'm Granny Troll, and today I'm making Easter eggs. So, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make this particular design. Now, I don't have a pattern to give you because I make these things up in my head, but I could show you how I do it. All right, you're going to need colored pencils and a sharpener to keep those colored pencils nice and sharp, and an eraser to fix any mistakes. Then you're going to need food coloring and the vinegar that the food coloring's going to need. All right, let's get to it. Oh, this is what you do. You get a pan of water, like so. You make sure the water is cold, not hot. Then you take your eggs, like so. You can use brown eggs if you want, but I suggest the white because the color shows up much better. Then you take your eggs and you put them in the water, okay? Oops, don't hit them too hard like I just did. All right, you put them in the water. Oh dear, I forgot to count. All right, so we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 20. No, I'm sorry, that's not how you count it. Let's try it again. Just kidding, no. Okay, so after you do that, you get them in the water. You turn on your stove and you bring them to a boil, okay? And I will be back when they're boiling. Oh, and a little advice. Do not walk away from your pan. Don't do it. It'll be disastrous. Because what will happen is that the water will boil out and then your eggs will continue to cook. Oh, you don't want that, because you know what will happen if that happens? Your eggs will explode like popcorn. They will stick to the ceiling and pieces will be everywhere, all over the counter, the stove, the floor. Yes, I did it. So I know. So I'm telling you, don't do that. It's so easy to be distracted. All right. Okay, now that the eggs are boiling, it is time for the next step. Turn off your stove top. I'm going to turn mine off. I suggest you do yours right now. And then wait till the eggs cool down on their own. So what you want to do is take your pan and move it to another burner that was not on. A burner that is cool. Alright? Now let your pan naturally cool down enough so that if you pour the water out, you won't be scalded. Alrighty, I will be back when my pan is cool enough. Right after I move it to another burner. Now that my eggs have cooled down a bit, I can take them out. They're warm, not hot. Now it's time to set up the cups of food coloring. Alrighty, on to the next step. Okay, I think my egg is dark enough. You don't want it too dark because then the colors you use aren't going to show up on it. Alright, so this yellow is perfect, at least for me. I don't know, you might want to go darker or lighter, but for me, this is perfect. So take a plate, put a paper plate on it, and get some toilet paper. I like toilet paper because it absorbs very well, and it's made to be disposed of. So, yeah, I like that. Oh dear, I forgot to talk through this part, so now I'm going to have to do a voiceover. This is my first time making a video, so I am not really sure how to do it, but here it goes. Take a dark colored pencil, any dark color, here's mine, and draw a circle around the pointy part of your egg. And then draw a line around the middle part of your egg. When you're done, it should look like this. Then draw 4 lines, like so. Kind of looks like a crosshair, but that's not what it's going to be. All right, next, draw a line in between each of those lines. And then again, a line in between those lines, but these lines will be smaller. Now connect the little lines to the big lines and go all the way around. Now you're going to go the opposite direction. Connect the little lines to the big lines all the way around so that it looks like a flower when you're done. Now draw little circles in between the petals of the flower. Then from the points of those petals, draw a straight line down to the line that goes around the egg. This is what it'll look like from the top. Now, on that line that goes around the middle of the egg, put 2 little lines in between each segment. Those will be measurements in between the segments to make little loops like that. Now draw another line around the middle of the egg underneath the original line. Oh, excuse me for the cough. Now draw a circle at the bottom of the egg, just a little circle. Now draw lines that go to the other lines, but let them be separated by the band going around the egg. That band right there. Here's a better picture. Waiting. There we go. There's a better picture of it. So they almost touch except for that band in the middle. Now draw a diagonal line from one line to the next line, making a triangle. Go all the way around the top of the egg doing that. This is what it'll look like from the top after you do it. Now draw a line inside the triangle, like that, and go all the way around. Now if you look at it from the top, you can see the second lines. Okay, now, to the next one. At the bottom of the egg, draw a little curve in between each of those lines. And that's what it looks like when you're done. All right, draw a circle in between each of those, like that. Now you're ready to color your egg in. Of course, you can use any color you want. It doesn't have to be the colors I used, but I'll show you the colors. All right, red. I colored the band in with red. And then I also colored in the little circles between each of the flower petals. And on the bottom of the egg, the little dot in between those lines. Next, I'm still waiting. Okay, next I drew on the outside line. Here, I'll show you. It's better to see it. There you go. I drew on the outside line to make it all red going around. Like I said, this is my first time. I show you the color I'm going to use, and I'm coloring in the little loopy things, and my phone just went dark. I can't see. Is the video still running? No, it's gone. Oh, it's still there. Okay. This is not as easy as people make it out to be. Well, hopefully you could see what's still going on, even though my phone went black. All right. So what's next here? I colored in the bottom part. And it looked like a flower when I got done coloring it in. So that's what I'm going to make it. It wasn't intentional, but hey, that's what it looked like, so that's what I did. Lime green. Colored in the circles. I think I colored in something else with it. Yeah, right there. The middle of the flower. Okay, and a light blue. Oh, this fooled me. That's not light blue. When I colored it in, it looked like a dark blue. Like that. All right, next one. I couldn't find purple, so I just used the closest thing I could find to purple. And I colored in the, well, as you see there, the triangles underneath the pink. Sky blue. All right, I colored in half the flower petals with the sky blue and colored the other half with aqua green. But because the aqua green looked too close to the color of the other one, I used a white to lighten it up to show the difference between the two petals. Orange. I used the orange to go around the circle of the green, as you will see. Make it pop out a little bit more, stand out against the yellow. Then I used black to make all my lines of the design stand out so you could see. There, much better. So the design stands out much better that you can actually see the pattern. This is what it will look like in the end. See how I made that little flower thing there because, well, it just kind of looked like it to me. So I went with it. And remember what I said earlier.